Hey, Genderqueer gang, it's CJ. I'm sorry, I have not been on Genderqueer gang for so long. I'm really sorry. This is gonna be a super short video because I'm running late, as per usual. Life has just been super crazy with school right now, family, personal stuff, which is why I haven't been making videos. Not that I didn't want to, yeah, no excuses. I do apologize. I'm not quite sure what the topic is this week, but I saw one a couple weeks back about coming out to your grandparents, and I wanted to talk about that because that's something that happened to me recently. Just a quick life update for everybody. I'm 9 weeks on testosterone. I'm taking like half a dose every week. That's going pretty good. I just made a video on my personal channel about changes. If you all want to look at that, you can. So, coming out to grandparents. I don't know if you all know this, but I live in the US, but I'm originally from England. So, my family is in England. My extended family. My parents and stuff live near where I live, but, my extended family is in England. So, that's fun. I should clarify I'm a little sick, so I'm sorry if my voice is deepening because of the tea, but I also think I'm sick, which is why it's kind of croaky, so I apologize for that. So yes, my family's in the UK. So I decided before going on testosterone that I wanted to come out to all of my family because I felt like I couldn't live authentically if I wasn't truthful to them. And also testosterone, like I said, changes your voice, so it would be really awkward to be like, "Hello, Nana," in like 6 months, shit like that. Yes, so I made YouTube videos, like private YouTube videos for my aunts and my uncles and my cousins. Kind of made like a one for one side of the family and then one for the other, and I made it general for that. However, for my grandparents, so my grandparents on my dad's side, my granddad, he's like super old, but he's super chill. So he like watched the video, and I guess he's okay about it. I don't really know if he understands or not. He's like 90. I think by this point he doesn't really care, and he's just like, I don't really see him that much, but he's like, you just do whatever you want to do, and I'm just gonna chill in my nursing home and be awesome. So that went fairly well. Haven't heard anything from him. But my mom's parents, I was really nervous about. So my mom's parents are a little bit more reserved, and I guess not like conservative politically, because it's different in the UK, but like more traditional in their thought process. So I decided to write a letter to my grandparents, in which I came out to them with regards to my sexuality as queer, and said that at the time I was dating a woman who I'd been dating for about a year and a half. We're no longer dating anymore, but at the time when I wrote the letter, we were. And then I also came out with regards to my gender. And I sent this letter off, and I didn't hear back for about 2 weeks. It took about 2 weeks to deliver. And then I heard from my mom, who had heard from my aunt, so her sister, that my grandparents, my mom's parents, had received the letter and they were upset about it. Like, really upset about it. But again, I didn't really hear anything. And so I went to Indiana earlier this year in February, and I went to a conference. And in the middle of the day of that conference, I receive a call from an unknown number, and I pick it up. And it's my grandmother. And she calls me, and I hadn't really expected her to call me. She said that she'd written a letter and it was on the way, but it had the wrong address, so she didn't know if I was going to get it. She asked me if I was sure. She asked me why I was doing it. She asked me like what my partner at the time felt about it. She asked me who my counselor was and whether they were whether they were good enough, or whether they were just like agreeing with me, and whether everybody was just agreeing with me, whether people were challenging me or not. It was really annoying. And she basically told me that she would never forgive herself if I did this. She also asked me if I was still praying, because we come from a Christian family. Church of England is the denomination in the UK, but I I choose to not follow a religion or faith currently. That's whatever people decide to do. I have no qualms on that, but just for me in my life, I chose not to. So I told her no, and so she's sad about that, and like said that, yeah, basically like wanted to know why I wanted to mutilate my body, because I told her I wanted top surgery in the future and that I wanted to go on testosterone, and she was just like, "You're so beautiful and you're never gonna look like a guy," and like I just keep looking at pictures of you in dresses at your sister's wedding because I wore dresses because I was bridesmaid. So it was a really, really hard conversation. But I apologized and I just said like that's what I wanted to do, and that was that. Currently where we are at is I called them a couple weeks back. I still haven't received the letter. I don't think I'm going to. They got the address wrong from them. So I called a couple weeks ago, and it was just a weird conversation. Like we acted as though nothing was different. Like we just talked about school and talked about how my work was going and how their health conditions are because they're both sick and everything like that. And then at the very end, my grandmother's like, "Do you still have that silly idea in your head of what you wanted to do?" And I was like, "Yes, I do. Yes." And then basically she said goodbye and hung up. So, and then I could hear my granddad like grumbling in the background, whatever. So yeah, there's that. And I haven't called them for a couple weeks, so I probably need to do that. I haven't done that since. And then my parents just went back to the UK, so they get back tomorrow. So I'll be interested to see uh, what happens from there, really. Yeah. But that's all I got. I promise I will try to get back on making these videos. I hope you all are well. Okay. Peace.